Whether it's a routine broadcast or a breaking news event, live TV can take a turn no one expects. From shocking accidents to eerie glitches and wild animal encounters, these moments left news anchors speechless and left everyone in shock. Let's start with one of the scariest moments ever caught on live news TV. Reporter confronted on live TV. Unexpectedly, covering a storm is challenging enough, but one reporter had to deal with more than just the weather. While reporting live from Gulfport, Mississippi, during Tropical Storm Ida, MSNBC reporter Shaquille Brewster was delivering an update on the aftermath of the storm.
The force of the storm last night is that the mail delivery has returned.
Shaquille Brewster was in the middle of his report when a man suddenly walked up, shouting and disrupting the broadcast.
The rain has stopped. The wind is still going there. I think we even have a random person.
As the man got closer, Brewster quickly shifted his position to avoid the confrontation, trying to stay professional. But the situation escalated, and the man continued shouting aggressively, forcing the news team to cut the live feed.
Craig, I'm going to toss it back to you because we have a person who needs a little help right now.
Hey.
Back in the studio, the anchor reassured viewers that Brewster was safe and unharmed. Thus, as the violence increased, Brewster tried to continue the broadcast, but the feed was quickly terminated to protect him.
One of our correspondents was disrupted by some wacky guy.
Haunted doll rocks on chair. This next moment had people questioning if an object could carry something far more unsettling. During a broadcast, Debbie Flint and her co-host were discussing a 5-pound doll they had picked up, thinking it was worth more than its price tag. But from the start, Debbie wasn't comfortable. She refused to even look at it, saying she didn't want to touch it either. Then something weird happened. The doll suddenly moved on its own. For a second, everyone froze. They laughed at first, but they seemed that they were just as shocked. David Horowitz faces live intrusion. Even so, this another moment shows just how quickly live TV can take an unexpected turn. During a broadcast on KNBC, anchor David Horowitz was in the middle of a segment when a man, Gary Stallman, suddenly walked onto the set. He then presented Horowitz with the note and forced him to read them on the air. Horowitz, who seemed to have been blindsided, just looked nervous and looked at the producers.
Who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed to me.
The live feed was then cut off by the producer, but they all continued to act as if the broadcast was still going on in order to manage the situation. Stallman went on a long rambling speech about CIA conspiracies and computer surveillance, claiming he had been targeted.
But we all pretended that we were still broadcasting for the entire rambling, incoherent.
Bug interrupts reporter during live reporting. After a tense moment with an intruder taking over a live broadcast, the next sudden interruption was far less serious, but just as unexpected. While going live on Fox 5 San Diego broadcast, a reporter was delivering a routine beachside segment when nature decided to crash the scene in the form of a giant bug.
What is that? That's because it's hot outside.
As he was speaking, the bug flew straight at him, completely throwing him off. He flinched, took a quick step back, and tried to keep himself cool, but his reaction said it all. The camera kept rolling, catching the expression of shock and laughter as he attempted to clear it off and refocus again.
Will's either got attacked by a large bug or a small drone. I'm not sure which. He needs to shake it off.
Glass moving on the table. However, this next incident left everyone questioning what they had just witnessed during live. This is hard to ignore in any case. In December 2015, during a live broadcast of the Honduran morning show Primera Edición, First Edition, something strange happened on set. As Carlos Molina sat at his desk, his glass of water suddenly slid across the table on its own. Amazed, he glanced at his co-host Pablo Zapata, asking him if he had also noticed that. Molina said this was not a prank and told the audience that he even felt cold before the glass slid.
Todo el mundo revienta
Mira,
cohetes.
mira. ¿Viste?
Así es.
¿Viste el vaso que?
And after this, some assumed it is just condensation in the entire movement or something like that. A reporter being hit by car. Although, if a mysteriously moving glass wasn't strange enough, this next moment was a real-life scare that no one saw coming. During a KTVU Fox 2 Live report, a reporter was standing near a busy intersection, delivering his segment as usual. But just as he was speaking, a speeding car suddenly swerved dangerously close to him, missing him by just inches.
Confusing situation.
He froze for a split second. Clearly scared he had almost gotten hit. The camera cut away, and the shock of how close he had come to being hit was impossible to ignore. Jordanian journalists clash on air. Dodging a speeding car was scary enough, but this next moment proved that trouble doesn't always come from outside the studio. It can start right at the debate table. A heated argument between Shaker al-Jahari and Mohammed al-Jayusi turned physical during a live broadcast by Jordan's 7 Stars TV. They were arguing about the Syrian crisis, and then it happened. Before anyone could step in, shouting turned into shoving, and suddenly the two were grabbing at each other across the table. The host and crew rushed in to separate them, but not before a table nearly flipped over in the struggle. Jessica Robb faces medical emergency. And this last incident shows that sometimes the scariest moments on live TV aren't planned. They can become real-life emergencies in front of the camera. Jessica Robb was reporting live on CTV News when things suddenly took a worrying turn. She began stumbling over her words, her speech quickly becoming slurred and difficult to understand. Jessica then lost her balance and was confused and disoriented. Producers cut away immediately as she tried to keep going.
Sorry, Airman. I'm not feeling very well right now, and I'm about to.
After the on-air incident, Jessica Robb took to social media to reassure everyone. On Twitter, she thanked those who sent supportive messages, acknowledging the overwhelming response and assuring them that she appreciated every single one. Bear crashes live news report. While this next scariest incident wasn't life-threatening, it was definitely enough to make a reporter's heart race. In 2014, during a routine live outdoor weather segment, the broadcast is going normal as usual until something scariest and unexpected appeared in the background. A bear suddenly wandered into the frame.
Get another shot of him, but yeah, he would definitely. Okay, we got someone, a resident there.
Casually strolling behind the reporter, completely unnoticed at first. By the time the reporter realized what was happening, panic set in. He quickly moved out of the way, visibly startled, while the camera captured the unexpected visitor in full view. Luckily, the reporter was not hurt in this incident.
We're around and see if we can get another shot of him, but yeah, he would definitely. Okay, we got someone, a resident there.
Courtroom earthquake. After a bear interrupted a news report, you'd think live TV couldn't get more unpredictable until nature decided to step in.
Well, he got your credit card, your bank card somehow, and he got your PIN number somehow.
During a taping of Judge Judy, the courtroom suddenly started to shake, catching everyone off guard. At first, no one reacted, but the cameras picked up on it before they did. An earthquake had struck, right in the middle of the session. For a moment, there was confusion as people processed what was happening. Fortunately, no one was hurt. But the realization hit fast. This wasn't stopping anytime soon. As the shaking didn't stop, people in the courtroom started to react, some looking around in confusion, while others quickly made their way out. Oklahoma news anchor suffers stroke on live TV. Meanwhile, an earthquake shook a courtroom mid-session. Another live broadcast took an even more serious turn, but this time, with a life on the line. During a live news segment in Oklahoma, a reporter suddenly started struggling with her words. She lost partial vision in one eye and had trouble reading the teleprompter. Realizing something was wrong, she apologized to viewers, saying something wasn't right.
Tulsa,
As her condition worsened, the production team quickly called 911. Doctors later confirmed she was experiencing the early signs of a stroke. Thankfully, she received medical attention in time and was able to recover. Double eye glitch on live TV news. Another bizarre moment left viewers questioning what they were seeing. But this time, it wasn't about health, but reality itself. During a CTV news broadcast, something strange happened. As the reporter blinked, a second set of eyes appeared over her eyelids.
Have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine. Civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the...
At first glance, it looked like a camera glitch, but the unsettling effect had people second-guessing. Some compared it to a Snapchat filter gone wrong, while others claimed they had seen similar things in real life. Whether it's a simple glitch or a broadcast distortion, one thing is certain: it's hard to watch. Mysterious Lights Over Milwaukee, 2018. But not every shocking moment is linked to tragedy. Sometimes it's just pure mystery. That's what happened on February 27, 2018, when a Milwaukee news station cut to an outdoor camera, expecting a normal sky view. Instead, they saw multiple streaks of white light moving quickly across the dark morning sky. The anchors were at first lighthearted, throwing out theories as fireworks or even something extraterrestrial. As the lights carried on moving in an unusual manner, their tone changed and they began to question what it was that they were truly seeing. Later, the news station provided a logical explanation, saying it was just a flock of seagulls reflecting early light in a long-exposure camera shot. The Vanishing Woman, 2016. Just like those mysterious lights over Milwaukee, sometimes what we see leaves us with more questions than answers. One such incident occurred in 2016, during what seemed like a routine airport interview with the coach of Denmark's national women's handball team. Everything was going as expected, until something unusual happened in the background. As the interview continued, a woman standing nearby appeared to vanish into thin air, just as another person walked past her. Some think it was just a good-timed camera illusion, where that woman walked away right when the other person blocked her out of view. The alligator freak out, and when wild animals are involved, things can get out of control in an instant. Just that recently, during a live sports program in Boston, anchor Steve Burton received an alligator. He was flapping nervously all along, but things got worse when the alligator approached another reptile in the room. Suddenly, the alligator started thrashing, twisting in Burton's grip as he struggled to hold on.
Hold him tight. Hold him tight. Hold him tight. I am. Hold him tight.
But before things could go completely wrong, the handlers stepped in and regained control. Burton, however, was visibly shaken, while the handlers found the whole thing hilarious.